Et sur le terrain 3, France, République tchèque. La France étant actuellement deuxième de sa poule.
Welcome to the World Championships of Beach Ultimate 2017. We're here in the beautiful Royan, France, nestled on the Atlantic Ocean. The midday sun is burning down on us now as we prepare for this mixed division game. India taking on Turkey. I'm Liam Grant, joined here by Georgina Morrison. Georgina, are you excited about this one?
I am quite excited, yes. I personally haven't seen very much from either of these teams, so I'd quite like to learn the different offensive defensive structures from fairly unknown teams.
Yeah, more obscure nations here, but that's the beauty of the World Championships of Beach Ultimate. You have different cultures, different style of play, and it makes it such a joy to be here and learn. I actually got the opportunity to watch a lot of this Turkish team at U23s in London. Some big names I remember from the squad, Praveen Kumar and Siva Raman. Very excited to see how they get on. Also got to play against Turkey back in WCBU 2013. That was their first time fielding a team at a big championships. Unfortunately not able to make Dubai, but had a good showing in WCBU, actually winning spirit of the game there, and not surprised why after playing with them. Such a happy, fun-loving team. I hope lots of people are tuning in Istanbul and Ankara, the capital, for this close game. Both teams going 1-6. Getting wins against Venezuela. So this, a game both teams will be targeting for the win as the first pull goes up. Jan feels the pull to Aksu. Back to Jan. Athletic grab. Just moving it between the handlers now and ends up sitting in the sand. Don't want to sit in it too long. That heat burning up through the French grains. And he looks long, the left-handed handler. Good body position for the Turkish man and gets two hands and a great goal. Aksu and Jan connecting several times at that point. Emre Can, a cognitive psychologist, playing mind games with the Indian defense in that first point.
I'm already noticing quite a significant size difference between the Turkish players and the Indian team. The Turkish team might try to use that to their advantage. They're slightly stockier, both wider in the shoulders and taller in height. But India, I feel like they're going to be quick on the sand, have really quick feet, and difficult to shut down on their deep shots.
Yeah, getting flashbacks from London under-23. We saw Siva Raman, number 99, on the O-line for India. Probably the fastest man in London. I remember we had a foot race during the finals, and the man is lightning, and he's probably going to be even quicker on sand. A lot of these Indian players play predominantly beach ultimate. A really good story from them from under 23s, doing kind of a Kickstarter campaign to be able to fund their trip, documenting the whole way. Many of them had never left India. They were freezing in the British summer, and this one goes up, and Sivaraman under it has to wait a bit, goes up early and gets it, getting huge on the sand.
He almost floated in the air there. I have no idea how he managed to just plug that under the sky with that Turkish defensive pressure. You were just bigging him up, and now I completely believe you. That was an insane play.
He was so casual running this one down, knew it floated quite a lot, so just taking his time, and then jumps on the trampoline, gets some hang in the goal. The Turkish player making a good bid, but wasn't expecting Rahman to get huge. Look at that hang time. Grabbing onto the rim of the hoop there and swinging on it. Setting the tone for this game. John again. Shaheen. And now we see that backhand again from left-handed player, and comes flying across the field. It's Praveen Kumar, aka Rocket, the defensive specialist, baiting that throw there.
No contest from the ponytail Turkish player. That just shows the defensive prowess of some of this Indian team.
Yeah, Demirel on the Turkish team has one of the longest Rastelikos. And then we have India striking deep. And it's a goal. That's a break. Rahman again. 2 points in a row. India on fire here.
Celebrating every single play. This team is so happy. Turkey congregating at the bottom end of the pitch here.
Everyone on this Indian mixed team has actually represented India before, and we see the Praveen Kumar, Sivaraman connection. Remember those names, folks. Two rising stars in Indian Ultimate and Ultimate across the globe. Getting well looked after here, the commentators at WCBU. Tim Rockwood acting as the nanny, bringing me a nice refreshing beverage. Such a well-won tournament here. Turkey looking to bounce back after getting broken there.
India have come out with a zone look. It looks like a 2-1-2 dice type of zone.
Yeah, number 5 on the dice. Let's see how Turkey roll against this one. Stretching it now. Probably Turkey yet to take the trap. And a good zone here from India. Not one I've seen too often. Reminds me of indoor zones. And a hammer goes over the top there. Finds his receiver. And a great goal for Turkey.
India did really well to move, to try and stop any of the large players from just body checking any of them. And Turkey moving the disc incredibly well between them. And then having to get into the sand to pick up the disc in the end zone.
Yeah, you'll see Turkey do zone quite a lot. Obviously, you won't have the mismatches in height, but trying to utilize their speed, tempt the throw through the middle, knowing that they'll use their pace to close down options. But Turkey reading the game well there. And a peachy hammer over the top got them the goal.
Turkey just taking their time, trying to think through some of their tactics. They know that India like to throw long and stretch their defense. There's something for Turkey to consider coming out of this point.
Ganesh. Looks like Turkey could be drawing his own themselves. Good movement in the air. This one quite low, but on point. India off to the races and jamming in the corner. Great goal.
India seems so quick in the sand. They don't have to do very many movements. They just light movements on their toes, on the balls of their feet. It's almost effortless for them. Very few teams can do that. I've only ever really seen that from the Philippines as well. Another team incredibly powerful on beach.
A nice slice through the middle there from Raghu.
Krishna there in the end zone. You could see his little stutter steps. Something very difficult to perform in the sand.
Good bladey pull from India. Sets up Turkey in the back of the end zone. Siva Raman. Terrifyingly fast there, chasing that one down. Now he sees his mate Kumar. Good pressure, but doesn't have the height. Chan, the captain, pings that one into the end zone, leading by example. Emre Can putting this Turkey team in his back in the early stages of this game.
We saw a game this morning of Germany-France in the women's division, trading the whole way, and this might be another similar story. Incredible pressure from Kumar. Just rising up, trying to put extra little bit of pressure, but it just wasn't enough, and Turkey get the score.
Jan so strong here, using his big frame to shut down Kumar. And then precise flick to the end zone. Demirel playing with his housemate Mert Chetin. I'm sure his roommates from number 11 are watching as well. 2 of 4 on the field right now. India in the back of the end zone. Cheeky one over the top against the Turkish zone. And wasting no time sending one. This one could be gathered up. Oh, great play. Owner Demirel. Not just a great set of hair, but great plays on the field as well. The long ponytail, a popular haircut it seems in Turkey, and the only other ponytail men can't collect that dump. A lot of pressure. India look to capitalize. Ganesh. Back with Sanjita, under pressure now. 3 handlers back. Raghu. Good up the line. Sets up the continuation and a goal. Krishna again making himself useful on the field.
Some impressive offensive movement from India. I love the throwing form of number 12. If you're ever trying to learn how to throw a flick, watch how he throws. It's so impressive. just stepping out and using his core, following through with his arm and snap of the wrist. That is a perfect flick.
Yeah, a little bit of wind here today, going left to right from the main camera. We wouldn't notice with how well both teams have been throwing to this so far. Already 7 points within 12.5 minutes of play. These teams aren't waiting around. We see Kumar and Raman coming out in this D-line. Possibly setting up another zone as Raman and Khan match up against each other. Oh, and just as I'm looking at them, again, Jan using his big frame to keep the Indians at bay. And this one going up, but ending up somewhere downtown. Royan.
Might be joining part of the music festival that's going to be happening here later on in the evening.
Bit of a last minute throw. Didn't come off. India with the chance to break again. Kumar. This one, a difficult one, and a great goal! Satira getting on the scoreboard. So much spice from this Indian team, and I'm loving it.
Indians love their long game as much as they have their long names. It's really incredible to watch.
And we see the Turkish team putting two hands up above their head in the prayer position. That signals 3 men in offense. So the end zone on the right hand side of the field will be choosing gender for the first half, and then the end zone on the left hand side of the field. Interesting culture to absorb for everyone, particularly the commentators. We see the Indian players prefer to be called by their first name, their last name actually their father's name. And you see that as well with South American players. And then learning all the pronunciations of the Turkish. Great pull, close to the sideline. Gurel under pressure. He's going to have to do something quick. Puts it up. Might come off, and it does. When in doubt, stretched it out. Aksu. Shetin. Good little give-go. Tries the flick, and a great... Oh! What a grab! Would you believe it?
That was some insane to make any sort of bid possible. We saw earlier on one of the throws, number 76, Kamlesh Bahai, trying to jump up and make any sort of bid he could. And then an incredible inside shot there. Just tip to the fingers and a layout grab.
All week long we've seen that IO flick, a difficult one to execute. It naturally comes out with a lot of zip, and that's not really the style of throwing that suits Beach Ultimate, but great hands saving that one.
Yes, a much smaller pitch makes a firmer, more zippy throw difficult to receive. A lot of these throws needing an extra element of touch. Touch just being snap of the wrist to help the receiver in getting a slightly more floaty disc rather than having it smack into their chest.
It's just a little touch, that's all you need. Nimisha. Looking to stretch deep as always, India. Another great goal. Taking some contact with that one. The man unfazed, Raghu. Again, Turkey spirit champions of ECBU 4 years ago. Maybe that bit a little bit dangerous though.
Potentially dangerous, but I think both of the players were aware. Number 17, Ragu, completely aware that there would be a bidding defender. So being able to maintain his body position upright.
Yeah, very strong in the air there. Took it in the hip, but not phased at all. Every single one of these Indian players have actually represented India before across several different tournaments. Dubai, London Under-23s, WGC in London last year. So plenty of experience as they're leading this game. Again, a must win for both teams. They've only clocked up one score before. Kumar shuffles and gets a fingertip to it. Not sure if the Turkish player was going to get there or not, but wanted to be sure.
No, yeah, the disc was just caught on a gust of wind that's only just now actually come through. It's getting a bit blustery out here.
Good cut from the back of the stack. Hits it up line. Raman. Rami Krishnan. Raman standing in open side. Being forced under, it seems. Gets off the high release backhand and takes off. Kumar wants to find him, but hits the dump, and then a nice crossfield pass to the break side. Good patience from India to slot that one in.
It was one of the few times that we've actually had the disc over on our closest sideline here. Something to do with the positioning of the wind, it favoring the other sideline. But India again maneuvering so well, just popping the disc. And the Turkish defenders keeping on their toes. That a break side shot to the end zone, with Vera completely free in the end zone.
Yeah, made a good cut at the starter point, first cut, and gets the last cut in as well. So solid work from her. And looks like Turkey have called a timeout as India take a 3-point lead. Strange to see the Turkish basking in the sun while the Indians in the shade. And we'll take a quick break here and stay tuned for more Great Ultimate. Welcome back to the World Championships of Beach Ultimate 2017 here in the lovely Royan, France. India are in the lead here at half after a convincing performance. Turkey looking to bounce back. Emre Can doing well to lead the team into battle. Georgina, what do you think Turkey need to do here to get an upset on the Indians?
It's difficult to call because India seem to be incredibly competent at both playing short under game and then just sending it deep as well. They know how to work through a zone, so I just think they need to maybe just tighten up on the person defense an extra notch. I feel like Turkey have got, and they can go up an extra gear. I feel like they can. I've never seen this Turkish team play before, and it's an absolute privilege to be able to see them play. But I believe they can they can step it up even further.
Yeah, and Turkey growing strength on strength year by year. Fielded a team of world clubs. Unfortunately unable to pick up a win and finishing last place, but that experience plays dividend in future years. As we saw them get a win earlier this week against Venezuela. A lot of guys coming out of and ladies coming out of the mixed team, Steam Hook, mixed champions in Turkey. I see India waste no time shooting end zone. The speed of these players on the sand is breathtaking. And that is Krishna, who is 17 years old, people.
That was incredible separation. Krishna just managed to keep so much space between him and his defender. I wasn't really watching the back of the stack, so I'm not sure how tightly the extra notch that we were talking about might have given some pressure on the catch, not necessarily completely defended it, but could have caused a slip up and a drop.
Krishna flying across the sand there reminds me of the cartoon Roadrunner. His legs just a blur. I really think they could be the fastest nation here at WCBU, but maybe lacking the international experience to get more wins than maybe they deserve. And Raman against Chan again. Oh, and Raman gets huge. Don't know if he got a tip to that, but enough to put Jan off. Loving this matchup here.
It looked like Jan got a little fingertip on that disc. He was quite frustrated, just clapping his hands. And a little bit of anger, not necessarily the thrower, but just the unfortunate drop.
There's Raman in acres of space again. Looking for his reset. Pops it off. Nice flick of the field, and there's Raman eating it up.
Completely alone in the end zone. India have the continuation cut set up way before the throw is even going. And that's something that works so effectively on beach, because it is a much smaller pitch than a grass pitch. Beach being only 75 meters in total long compared to the 100 meters of a grass pitch. And Turkey just aren't anticipating the cuts in time for India to pull them off.
Yeah, and Jan there just left for dead as Raman takes off. Looks like he's being unguarded. He is not. Someone is chasing after him, but they don't even fit in the frame. He is long gone. (9-4) now the score line. That one sitting in the back of the end zone. Turkey with the IO flick to get him out. Deep shot is there. Has a big fake. Once but twice. Third time it goes up, and this is a matchup should be banking on Turkey to get, which they do. Jetin fakes the lefty and puts one out of space. Oh, and threads the needle. Great goal. Oz managing 3 startups in India based on mobile applications, showing her mobility there.
That was some fantastic patience on disc. Often when you get a high grab like that after a huck, all you want to do is just get the disc off and get it into the end zone for the score. Gain that stat, but with so many players flooding around you, there's 8 other people going to be running towards you. You need to remain patient, and Turkey did that very well.
Yeah, you don't want to crowd the receiver there in that position. Clear up down the sidelines. give the player room to breathe, taking their time and finding knee around those in the end zone. Less than 30 minutes gone so far, and a high-scoring game. For those of you watching live, also check out fancy.com, where you can see pitch 2 and pitch 3 being streamed live as well. Fantastic coverage from Fancy, with lots of games on demand as well. Captured that classic Sweden win over USA in the mixed division. Also some other fantastic games, so oodles of coverage here at WCBU.
Yeah, for one of the next games coming up on pitch 3 is actually Italy-Philippines in the open division. That should be a really exciting match.
Philippines 8-0 so far, I think, yet to get a loss. Although went to Universe Point with Ireland Open. And India thread the needle. Effortless offense. That is Raghu again, running them ragged.
The score is now separating between these two teams. India really making short points a very frequent thing. Not necessarily always taking the long shots, but look at that elevation. Absolutely incredible. It's so difficult to get height on sand. It's difficult to wearing boots on grass, where you might be able to just get that extra bit of bounce. But on sand, there's nothing getting you up other than your own strength, your own muscles.
The Indian ultimate community, not a particularly old one, but rising fast. A lot of work put in by Ambarish Jaipura, native of India, but spending most of his life in the UK, but helping direct competitions from abroad and keep the Indian community growing. I'm sure he's watching this live right now. As Turkey attempting now the scoreline, but a rushing Vera shuts that one down. And a goal for India as the bookends, letting the crowd know.
That wasn't a hand signal you saw there. That was just bookends off of the head.
That is the woofed up official bookends hand signal.
I didn't even see Vera coming through there. She just appeared out of nowhere. Flash of lightning coming through and smacking that disc down.
Turkey getting themselves in the middle of the field there. Not a timeout, but choosing to talk at the halfway mark. And letting the players on the line stroll the latter half themselves. There we go. Sivaraman pointing his finger towards his chest, saying, "I got this one." Turkey with a little give go to gain some yards. Keep the flow going. Gurel puts one out of space. Raman goes over the top of Chetan. Perhaps a little dangerous one. Oh, and goes for the spectacular hammer to lay out grab, but not today.
Turkey keeping their three ladies downfield. Maybe trying to gain some separation from the defenders. Use their short under game a bit more.
Suani, this one going deep. Doesn't look like there's enough float on it. Uncharacteristic turnover from the Indian team.
And here we'll probably see again, Turkey will have two of their men back in the handler position. And the ladies in a vertical stack, cutting from the back. But not much is coming for them. Stall count being quite high for most of these throws.
Turkey choosing to play through the handlers and hit a turn in the first look to the... Oh, and a claw comes flying out to get to that disc, but can't reel it in and looks the end zone straight away. That one bending all the way around, flying over the commentator booth. Gorgeous throw. The Turkish player takes a breather on the sand.
He looks absolutely exhausted.
Yeah, well spent energy on that one as the two players hug each other.
Turkish team trying to get another one on the board. They seem to have quite tired legs, which is maybe where they're falling behind. Because this Indian team is going to be running them ragged on the pitch. It must not be very easy to defend at all.
That was a buttery backhand going into orbit. Taking into account the curvature of the earth as he sails that one into the end zone. And you see a little perk in the step of the Turkish team now after that point. As we hear the two whistles from the volunteer booth signaling it's time to pull. And there's Kumar. So fast, can he get there? Oh! The Rocket Man can reel that one in, but showing his patience. I don't like how he's holding his side there. Seems fit to continue though.
Incredible athleticism from Kumar. The wind picked up just as that throw was released, and it was picked up a little bit too far, but he got his hands to it.
Oh, and this one's going to be chatted about. Usually I'd say one's that low or down, but oh, and it's going to be called down as well. A decent effort though from the Turkish player, trying to keep it alive. And you know what India are going to do? Hook, line and sinker into the end zone.
You cannot afford to poach on beach. Cannot do. We've seen teams do it before. I remember watching Japan on the first day. They have a very set way of doing their defense, and it works so well on grass. They poach off just the perfect amount to shut down some of the most powerful teams. But on beach it just doesn't work, and we've seen here where that poach in the end zone, you can't leave a person unmarked because India will punish you for it.
Yeah, in the most cases, like with the Japanese team, poach is intentional defensive strategy, but I think here the Turkish are just getting done for speed. And as would any team going up against the speedy Indian mixed team, now 1 point away from their second win of the tournament.
Who was their first win against?
Venezuela. Both teams only picking up a win against Venezuela. 6 losses. Good battles for all, but again, this is one that both teams would like to win. Chan not finding his range in the second half. We see Anna Shepard there out of Dusseldorf, studying abroad in Turkey. And Turkey doing something that a lot of other nations like Ireland do as well. Have a feeder system through the universities. Club teams not really actively recruiting. So Shepard, one of the university players. Well, this one's going to hang, but not in field. And a little giggly Gratus there that was never coming off.
Yeah, I think she knew that that wasn't going to happen, but it was a great attempt.
This one going up. Has the feathery touch. Not in yet, but you can smell a goal coming, and there it is.
Nice and easy for the Turkish team. Just keeping it simple. I think just throughout the rest of the game, they've been overcomplicating things. Maybe running a set structure a bit too much. But there it was just undercut, sent deep. Was received just outside the end zone. And then waiting for number 11 to collect it in the end zone.
Shanley, good support running there. And again, Turkey, you need to make sure they take those points with Rahman and Kumar off the field. Again, opting for 3 men here. Neither team calling 3 women on offense so far. Interesting, as we've seen a lot of the top mixed teams here, notably Sweden and the US, opting for 3 women on offense. With 5 minutes left on the clock, India can end this one early. Nimisha, isolated in the end zone, sends a sky ball and taken down, plucked from the beautiful French sky. Demirel, who's been heavily involved all game long. Turkey with a chance to break. Karajuluga. Shetin. Lofty backhand. Özdeş. Oh, just about gets there in time. Fluttery push pass. Gaining yards though, this Turkish team. And a goal. Good patient play. Gets a break for Turkey. This game ain't over yet.
Second break in a row for Turkey. India rushed one of their throws, just sending it deep, and it had the wrong elements of touch. It floated too long, and it was just plucked out of the sky by the taller Turkish defender.
Nice celebration there from Chetinash. Looks like Turkey or India are calling 3 women on offense. Good to see some variety. Again, we haven't seen Ram in the last 2 or 3 points, or Kumar in the last 2. Put Kumar back on now. In this position, when you're in game point, Turkey trying to get some momentum. We want to try and kill the game off early. Don't let it get to 12-12, because if it does, Turkey are the ones with their heads high and the confidence.
I have a feeling that India might send one of their women deep. I think that would be not a bad shout.
Yeah, I think the mismatch has been there most of the game, but not utilized that often. Maybe making the tactical choice now. They're playing two at the back, and Kumar very shallow in the stack, with the two female players a little deeper. Kind of ISO in the middle play. Now Veera hitting Kumar. Veera strikes deep. This one sent up where a player can't see it, and it's a goal! That's game from India, rounding off a fantastic performance from Veera and team.
That was an incredible game to watch. It's unfortunate that I haven't been able to see these teams as of yet, but it's been an absolute pleasure to witness this. Two very unheard of teams, and probably two teams that have been heavily underestimated. India have been so quick on the sand, they've almost floated every single cut. And we've seen some incredible throwing form from players like Anisan, number 12. And the Turkish players, so broad and tall, trying to utilize their height and box out some of the bouncy Indian players.
Yeah, India, rising stars in Asian Ultimate. Their second win of the tournament. Got several wins back in Dubai against Uganda, Japan, UAE. As we look back over some of the highlights of the game, plenty of spectacular grabs.
That's the kind of love that we see from this Turkish team. That is probably why they won Spirit, and they may well do in this tournament too. Both of these teams just respecting each other as opponents. And you can see here some of this love from the teams.
Yeah, brilliant display of alternative ultimate styles than we're used to in Europe and maybe the US. And thanks very much for watching. I've been Liam Grant.
And I've been Gigi Morrison.
Tune in for more great ultimate later on today and during the week.